So, the fact that they are doing this documentary, I don't really have a problem with it, but I don't think they're going to tell the whole entire story. I don't think they're going to talk about all the money they made off of that cult. I don't think they're going to talk about the fact of the baby that was basically sacrificed. They're not going to talk about the people that went after that man. They're not going to talk about the damage that content creators went through that went after him and the way that we were attacked, the way that some of us lost our jobs. Some of our parents were actually pew-pewed because of false allegations. This wasn't just about Nature Boy. This was about a bunch of content creators that were making a lot of money off that man. A lot of people that would do anything to make sure he never went to jail. That even lied to the parents about them trying to help them get their kids back. Now, I know that there are a lot of them that are on that documentary talking about the damage. But the problem is they were just as much involved in the scam of it all. They were also the ones on that camera luring people over there. Now, am I going to say that there was no manipulation, no bamboozling, no being led astray? No. Am I going to say that these people did not go through something with that man? Would never say that. But they kept going back. They kept going back. That man lured a lot of people over to different countries. Every country from Belize to Honduras to Costa Rica to America to Mexico to Nicaragua to Panama and to Georgia. This man is a menace to society. And not only that, there were diseases involved. Some of them people had everything from herpes to sexually transmitted diseases. Some of them had autoimmune deficiencies. So they were infecting each other with God knows what. And the fact that people were stupid enough to believe this man was in nature, knowing in Costa Rica they do have places where you can go and camp, but you can't be there all day, every day. When I spoke to that man and asked him, why did he not live in nature? Why did he not be like the Neanderthals and the cavemen living in the jungle? Couldn't answer me that. Finally, he admitted he never had any intentions of living in nature. He was lying. I was the only person that was able to get him to do that. Like I said, the lengths these people went through to make sure that man never went to prison, you have no idea. You have no idea how many people's jobs got lost talking about this Nature Boy thing. How many children that were exposed on social media that they used as weapons against content creators. There was somebody whose grandmother got pew-pewed over a lie because of this situation. At the end of the day, like I said, I am not about doing anything for the prestige of it all or about the acclaim. No. God asked me to do it because it was the right thing to do to save some people. But then I realized they don't want to be saved at all. I realized they're trying to basically capitalize off of it. Some of them really were victims. They really were. And these are the ones that are now quiet. It's the ones that are speaking out loud that are not. Because some of them people on that documentary were the main ones that was right there with him, luring girls over there. And it used to be they were on Twitter. He had them up there and was doing sexual acts on Twitter with them girls. Like I said, this person that did the documentary don't even know the half. They don't even know half of what went on in that Nature Boy situation. All the videos are not even there. They've been since deleted. A lot of it has been deleted because a lot of people's channels got taken down with all of the incriminating evidence. Just like in Nicaragua, I remember they tried to make it seem like I had something to do with what happened in Nicaragua. Not in the way they thought. I never called the authorities. I sent information to the press. That's what I did. I sent information to the press. Nothing more. At the end of the day, I just wanted to stop. But my life got impacted. And what's funny about the situation is there were other people whose lives got impacted, but they never went to the authorities. They never went to the cops about it. They just moved on from it. I went to the authorities. Because one thing you're not going to do is call my family all times of the night. The one thing you're not going to do is call my landlord and try to get me evicted, trying to get me fired from my job, which is what they did, try to mess with my businesses and my brand. It was to the point that I couldn't even start a business because they kept attacking me, making false allegations. If you only knew the videos they made about me. The funny thing was, that's how my healing began. Because while I was going through this, I remember I was bullied for 10 to 16 hours a day. And the police told me to keep track of all of that and make sure that you keep track of every time they attack you, which is what I did. And I went to the authorities about it. These people had the authorities coming to my house saying I was mentally crazy. I was getting death threats. I still have the receipts of all of it. I still have all of the videos. I still have everything these people try to do to me. But what they don't realize is they broke chains. They broke a cage. They broke me out of bondage. And it was how my healing began and led me to my journey of being a healing coach. But when I walked away, I said in 2024 that man was going to prison. And this was 2020 when I left. 2024 was when he got locked up. I walked away and I said in 2024 in November, he going to get locked up. He got locked up. No, I said in 2020 something. I said, no, 2024, I said he going to be convicted. And I think I said 2021, he going to get locked up. Yeah, and he did. Right when I said it. He got locked up. And now he's in jail for life plus 10 years. He ain't getting out. At the end of the day, like I said, if it wasn't for me and a mother giving information and sending information to the correct people, he wouldn't be locked up right now. He wouldn't be. And I'm not going to sit up here and hate on anything because that's not who I am. But I am speaking not only for myself, but all of the people whose lives got turned upside down because of that situation as content creators. Nobody has any idea what the content creators that were going after Nature Boy had to go through. Y'all have no idea the way these people tried to destroy our lives. But what's beautiful about it is we have all got through it. We're all standing. We're all doing well despite everything these people did. But the karma that came from the people that tried to protect him, the content creators that basically made their channels off of us and tried to slander our names, defame our characters, and try to ruin our reputations, they got their karma. And we didn't have to do anything. And what's funny is, while they got their downfall, we continue to rise and we continue to thrive. But at the end of the day, we're just moving on with our lives. But we're never going to forget the Nature Boy situation. We're never going to forget how our lives were impacted and affected. All we cared about was that he was locked up. It wasn't about credit. It wasn't about being known. It was just about doing the right thing. And I'm not telling my story in the book that I'm writing because of him. I'm telling my story from a content creator, how I was a victim and how I was impacted through this situation. And also many others. So I can't wait for the book to come out. But Congratulations to the woman that wrote the book.